Welcome to News OK's Parties Extra, brought to you by Party Galaxy. Today, Darlene Wynn and James Kincaid are here to talk about the Gentlemen's New Year's Eve Party. It was December 31st at the Quail Creek Golf and Country Club and was the group's 25th annual event. Hey, Darlene, James, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
What a party. You all tell us a little bit about it.
It was a very exciting and good party. We have been getting together for quite a few years. I'm one of the newer ones in the group. I've been coming for 5 years, and I'm co-chairman of the Gentlemen's New Year's Eve and have been for 2 years, along with Don Howland. And it's a great place for people to go and feel safe and have good fun, and we all love to dance.
Good deal. Well, so you had 300 people or so?
We were right around 200.
200?
Around 225, 220 something. I don't really know the
And
exact.
55 hosts.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, that's what we had this year.
I mean, you all, that is a major deal.
Well, the host partly came about because Darlene, another lady by the name of Angie, they do a whole lot for the men in setting up the different singles organizations and things, and the men decided they wanted to do something for the women, so they started being host, which back when it first started, the men bought the tables and the ladies got to come for free, is the way I understand it. I wasn't there at that time.
Yeah, at one time that was correct.
But now we contribute extra money, and that keeps the cost for the ladies down. And
Well, it's kind of like a club. It really is.
It is. It's a combination of 3 different groups that kind of participate.
The registry and the committee
and the alliance.
and the Lions.
The alliance is so the 3 of them. That's where we draw most of our people from.
Is that right?
Hosts and guests.
Well, how did it get started? 25 years ago, how did this club get started? I'm calling it a club. How did this dance group get started?
Well, 3 girls, Shirley Robinson Kirshner, Ruth Ann Pearson, and myself, decided that we would combine our guest list and have a New Year's Eve party in a home, which is what we did. There was no dancing, it was just food and guests. And so then the next year, the men decided, there was 7 men decided they would pay for the event, but it was in the home at that time. And then the 3rd year is when they asked for the hosts, like James said. And the background of that was through Clyde Rader, who used to be with Lyric years ago. And I believe he was the director, I think. Anyway, that's more or less how where we are now is from those 3 years.
Well, do you have a band?
we have contracted with Heart and Soul, which is, we consider one of the best bands.
You bet.
And so we have them booked for the next 3 years.
I believe.
2 to 3 years. We keep them booked ahead so we don't lose
So
them.
champagne, do you have champagne and dinner and?
There is champagne offered at midnight.
At midnight,
And as far as
Hats
we have
and
heavy, when we first get there, it starts around 9 o'clock, and around 9:30 we have heavy hors d'oeuvres, and then at midnight we bring out the Black Eyed Peas.
Do you have both married and singles?
Yes, we do.
We have all those people from those single groups, and then you have everybody brings their.
Well, a lot of the single people through the years get married, and then that's kind of how it continues.
I met my wife, and she was a member of the Alliance at the time, and I met her and started going to the Alliance, and then when we got married, we stayed in the Alliance for a little while, which the Alliance allows you to stay in if you're a member, and then we basically have just gone to the Gentlemen's New Year's Eve.
Well, and then after your party was over, you had a party the next day.
The next
so
day.
The celebration continued. So they came to your house, and what do you do there?
Well, all the women, and even now the men, bring something the next day. Pretty much it's what they want to. We might assign a few people to bring certain items. And then we have the black eyed peas and the Bloody Marys and the mimosas.
Cornbread.
And yes, and the cornbread.
Do you make that?
No, everybody kind of is assigned something to bring.
Continue doing that, and 25 years from now, you'll still be having it.
Yes.
Now, do you all take new members?
Oh, yes.
You do? So anybody that sees this could call you and
Call me or Darlene.
and so get to know any of these
Right.
groups, sounds like.
Yeah, you have to be single to get into the groups
I see.
originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a little rule there that.
Yes, they
Yeah,
must. They must be single to get.
Okay. Anything else about the party?
Well,
Just a
I
good
can
time.
say that
Yeah.
it's a good time,
Uh-huh.
and I can tell you the food is very good.
Uh-huh.
And I can tell you the next day at Darlene's house is excellent time to get together and meet friends and really sit down and talk with them.
Uh-huh.
And there's always plenty of food.
And it's a good support group, too.
Yes.
Very good. In fact, that is what's been so marvelous, is the support if someone's ill or needs help.
Well, it sounds like you all brought the year 2010 in with a lot of good friends and a good time. And thanks to Tractus for our beautiful flowers, and to JRB Art at the Elms for our background picture.